Hello there, my name is Mr. Garcia and I'm the Curriculum Area Leader for Geography. I'm just going to spend a few minutes just to talk through why I think doing a GCSE in Geography is a fantastic idea. So first of all, just thinking about the content of what you'll study at GCSE. It is different to Key Stage 3, we do cover different topics, but however the same themes do run through the content over the course of the 2 years you'll be studying it. The paper's split into three. Paper 1 are things like the challenge of natural hazards, so in there we cover themes like climate change, volcanism, seismology, so study of earthquakes. We look at how humans are coping with these hazards and why they form. We also do a topic on the living world, so we look at ecosystems, we delve into the world of tropical rainforests, we look at plants and animals and how they're adapted, but also look at desert environments like the Mojave Desert and Death Valley, and how those deserts are used. Our final physical topic on paper 1 is physical landscapes in the UK. So that gives us great opportunity to look at rivers and the coast. We also get an opportunity to go and visit a river and see firsthand some of the processes and some of the features that are identified, and we study rivers in the UK. On the human paper, which makes up 35% of the entire GCSE, we look at 3 topics again. So urban issues and challenges, where we'll look at the UK, so we'll particularly look at Sheffield, but also other urban areas. And within those urban areas, we'll look at some of the real challenges that places are faced around sustainability, around population growth, and how different countries are trying to solve these really difficult and challenging problems. In the change in economic world topic, it's a topic that we delve into the world of economics and how certain countries in the world are really rich, and whilst others are low income or newly emerging, and why poor countries in Central Africa, for example, remain poor and have remained poor for a long time. So some of the factors around corruption, around the physical challenges they face, around sort of droughts, but also some of the reasons why wealthy countries like the United Kingdom, continue to grow in wealth and stature. So for example, quotas and tariffs, how the European Union tries to reduce the amount of goods coming in and out of Europe and the UK. And then finally, challenge of resource management. So we look at some really important resources such as water, food and energy, and how those resources are managed, but also look at case studies like California, the breadbasket of America and one of the biggest food producers in the world with the most fertile soil. So we look at places as to some of the problems and solutions that they're up against. And work out how all these different topics kind of come together. Paper 3, the final paper, is in issues and valuations. So we look at the geographical skills that you've learned through Key Stage 3, but also the skills that you've picked up in Key Stage 4. And excitingly, we get to do some field work as well. So we actually take you out of school for a day or two, and we actually sit and collect data and analyse the data and present some field work, which again accounts for 30% of your GCSE. In terms of content and examination, it is in the booklet. I will just briefly talk through. There are 3 papers. The first 2 papers, paper 1 and 2, you can see on the slides last 90 minutes. There's different marks for different topics, and that means they're slightly longer and slightly less time. They're just for approximate times, because in the exam you'll sit a 90-minute paper and your job will be to spend slightly less or slightly more time on there. You'll see that SPAG, spelling, punctuation and grammar, is really important in geography, and the awards are awarded in certain papers to around your spelling, punctuation and grammar. In terms of work, to give you an example in terms of the work and how that is assessed, it's similar to Key Stage 3 geography. It's not going to be vastly different. We're not going to do more tests, more examinations. The main difference is really around knowledge assessment. So we just have a few regular quizzes. They're done on Teams, so sometimes they're electronic, sometimes they're done in paper, like the example there. But in terms of feedback, that happens all the time. So again, we're using green pens and red pens within class. Some of that will be peer assessed, some will be self-assessed, and some of it will be teacher assessed. But it's really supportive. You speak to any of the GCSE students, they get lots of feedback, lots of use of the visualizer to improve work. Obviously, in terms of content and ideas, again, it's very supportive. So as you can see on the slides there, we're looking at global atmospheric circulation. So there's a little bit of science in there. There's a little bit of human geography in there as well, in terms of how humans cope with these different climates. But again, it's all supportive. We take you through, we discuss a lot in geography. We sometimes watch videos to support our learning, but also some of that will be from the teacher and some of it will be via research via computers. And a final slide there, you can see again, just some ideas around geography, around the physical geography, some of the process in the living world. And again, you can see the supportive nature. That piece there looks like it's been peer assessed. A green for growth has been completed. So again, even if you're not completely sure on some of the ideas and concepts, there's lots of opportunity to ask your teacher, to ask your peers, and to feedback to make sure that your understanding is really good of the content that you're covering, which allows you to go on and do really well in the GCSE. In terms of some of the things you need to consider if you're choosing GCSE geography, is there is an element of obviously written content. We do write in geography. You don't want any surprise saying, oh, why are we writing again? Most lessons will involve writing, but there is a maths element as well. A lot of that maths is relatively straightforward, so there's graphical work around the skills, but you can see on the board, on the slide there's some basic mathematics that have been done of that climate graph. We use pie charts again as a graphical presentation technique, so again working out percentages, applying that to pie charts, and also dispersion diagrams. So we do graphical data, so that's a dispersion diagram, where again we've collected data and we've plotted that. So there is an element of maths. I do think you need to be aware of that. The great thing about geography is it supports the maths that you're doing in your maths subjects, and it allows you to apply that in geography. So really supporting your maths, and the maths is supporting your geography. So a great opportunity to practice some of the skills as well. And then finally, obviously, there's lots to take in. Please do ask your geography teachers. Yeah, if you're thinking about doing it, I think it's a fantastic GC. Lots of opportunity for jobs around sustainability, which is a huge growth area in geography at the moment. Lots of our students go on to do A-level and then go on to do degrees. So fantastic choice. It'll work with the scientists amongst us, it'll work along the mathematicians amongst us, it'll work along the people who really like argument and discussion, because obviously a lot of geography is about opinion, but overall a subject that I think you can really get your teeth in, make you more aware of the world around you. Any questions, please drop us an email or speak to your geography teachers. Best of luck choosing, and hope to see you in year 10. Thank you.